pick up the microphone.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? I'm actually like a minute late. My bad. I'm a minute late this morning. I hope you guys can hear everything okay. I left my mic at the other studio. I left my big mic at the other studio. So I'm trying different mics. I want to make sure that you guys have good sound. If for any reason you don't have great sound, just let me know. I have one other microphone option that we could always switch to. We can give that a shot if this one doesn't work. But today is an amazing episode. I'm just super excited. It's already got me stuttering over my own words. So let me go ahead and let's take a deep breath. And we'll center ourselves by starting how we always start, right? That's the point of having a nice little morning routine, is so that you can, no matter how the chaos is going on, you can ground yourself. Today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2019. Can you believe it? Friday, March 8th, 2019. And the craziest part is it is the first and the last time it will ever be. First and last time it will ever be Friday, March 8th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. It's also a really special day in the Lundy family because this is my man, Joel, here on the right. It is Joel's 7th birthday today. So he's super excited. He's going to be having his birthday pancakes. Mama always makes some birthday pancakes on his birthday. She also was up late last night making strawberry cake. So I'm excited about the strawberry cake, and my son's got it all mapped out. So today, I am taking him and 6 other 7-year-olds bowling, followed by a movie, followed by a sleepover. That's right, me and 7-year-olds. We're going to rock it out from bowling to movies to sleepovers. It's going to be crazy. They're excited to run around in the hashtag Lundy limo. I'm gonna pack them all up. It's gonna be great. So super exciting day. It's currently 31 degrees out there right now. 41 degrees is on the way. And along with that today, of course, we are going to bring on the one and only Mr. Shawn Hays here in just a minute. I'm really excited to bring him on. And we're talking author, speaker, branding expert, automotive genius. I mean, Shawn, we've been talking all this week about character, right? Great character. And my man, Shawn Hays, he epitomizes a lot of those attributes that we talked about this week, about just having great character, being a great guy, and what that translates to as far as success and career and so on and so forth. So we're going to talk to him about all of those things this morning. We'll get him in here in just a minute. But before we do, and you guys thought I was going to say let's dance, but I'm actually not going to say let's dance yet. What I'm going to say is, did you get your planner? Did you break out your planner this morning? Did you do your gratitude list and your goals like you're supposed to do? Because it's got an awesome quote right here in the planner. It says, sometimes you don't realize your own strength until you come face to face with your greatest weakness. What a powerful quote to start off the day. I read that and I thought, man, there's a lot of power in there. It's a lot of fire. This planner has been incredible I know for me and for a lot of you out there. If you haven't got yours yet, you can still get it on Amazon. You can also go get some Rise and Grind gear. We've been revamping that whole process. You can get that stuff over at glennlundy.com. Now, with that said, I think we should dance now. Let's do it. What song are we playing today? Oh yeah, there we go. That's some Shawn Hays music right there. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. Share it out. Share it out. It's also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you. You say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up. How you doing, Trendy Trenda? She had a great night last night. I know she did. What's up, Sandra Benstock? How you doing, Keith Hamilton? Fidel Hernandez is up in the house this morning. Hello, Leanne Ryan-Smith and Clarissa Jones. What's up, Derek McLean, my man? Janelle Griego, AJ Anderson, and Gail Beecraft. What's up, Scott Holbert? Mr. R.C. Hazard. Bruce Miller coming in from New Orleans. What's up, Archie and Pam Biddle? Of course, you got my man Josh. We got everybody in here. Yeah, Josh O was talking about the 5 words challenge yesterday. That thing took the internet by storm. It was amazing. What's up, Carrie Lynn Carter? Vicky Everett? Who else is up in here? My goodness, you guys are always blowing up my feed. You guys who know the trick. That's Shawn Hays. Shawn Hays is up in here. What's up, Sean Woodward? Casey Rossiter. Naomi Bussinger's up in here. Amy Bob. Melissa Jones. Great to see you, Melissa Jones. Eddie Gilbert. Donnie Grady. Oh, man. All right, cool. Ben Kusick. What's up, Richmond, Virginia? How are you, sir? All right, great. Great. Everybody's up in here now. We're climbing. We're on the climb here on this Friday morning. I need you to do me a favor. Whenever I have a guest on this show, I think that the best way we can possibly honor them is to really just push the show as far and wide as humanly possible, right? Like spread the net. If they're going to wake up this early in the morning and come join us on hashtag Rise and Grind, it's the very least we can do. So if you haven't done so already, I'm going to go get Shawn. And while I'm going to go in to get Shawn, you push that share button. Let's get this out. How's that sound? Fair enough? Shawn, does that sound like a fair deal to you?
Man, let's share it out, man. Let's get this thing out.
We'll
wake everybody up in the house.
That is what I'm talking about, brother. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, Glenn. I'm doing good. I'm doing better than good, man. I'm excellent. You know, good is not the words for what I'm doing. I feel like my life is clicking at all cylinders.
Dude, I love it. I love the fact that it's 5:30 a.m. and you're already tied up, looking fresh and crispy on hashtag Rise and Grind this morning, bro. I love it.
Yes, sir. Up at 4 o'clock this morning, had to get everything done that I did, fell right into it. As I said, you know what? Let me go in here and show people that I'm ready at 6 o'clock to go to work. So when this is done, I'm already ready.
Ready to rock and roll. I love it, man. Dude, we gotta talk. We gotta catch up. Like you and I, you know, we've had a whirlwind of a year, right? We've both had a whirlwind of a year. It's literally been a year. I think it was Rockstar Automotive back in March, right? It was a year ago that you and I like shook hands for the first time, and since then you have you moved from Florida, which how about this Kentucky weather, brother?
Big difference. Big difference. You know, we got snow on the ground, and my son, he came in for spring break line. So he's here. He went to bed. It wasn't snowing. So when he wakes up this morning, he's never seen snow. So pretty cool.
Never seen snow his whole life, man. And it's been like the wettest season ever here. Lots of rain, lots of snow. I know I told you, I promised you, I'm like, Shawn, the weather's not that bad. And then it's just been cold and wet and rainy, man. I'm sorry
for
about
anybody that's not been here into Kentucky, it's Seattle. It rains every day. Don't let them tell you that. It has rained every day I've been here. No, but truthfully, everybody says it's not normally like that. I think they have like triple the amount of rain they've ever had in the States. So yeah, it's crazy.
It's been crazy, my man. But so okay, so you've in the last year you've got the move. Right now, let me back up a little bit. So right now you're leading the store over at Dane Cummins, right? You're helping lead the store. You are obviously staying really, really, really busy. You've been creating all kind of content. You recently wrote a book. You've got your happy wife. Like, how are you doing all of this stuff, bro? How are you able to find time to get all this stuff done?
Well, you know, I get asked that a lot, Glenn, and I think you probably understand this. You got to have passion in what you're doing, or you're probably not going to be able to expend the energy or find the time. You know, a lot of times we can't find the time for the things that we don't really like to do, you know, and I feel like a lot of times when people say, I can't do that, or I can't get going during the morning, or I can't time manage myself, or I never have time to do this, it's because you don't see the value in it to do it, right? And you don't see why you should do it.
So I think if you can find passion in it, it'll help your value that you see in it. And then it's not hard for me. And it became such a routine. Like, look, I was up 4 o'clock this morning. Boom, I'm ready to go. Here I am, shirt and tie, 6 o'clock, ready to go when we get done with this. So I just think it becomes a habit. But how I get it all done is because I have passion in it, man. That's pretty much it, I would think.
Yeah, the passion's a big part of it, to do the things that a lot of people don't want to do. And just so you know, Scott Simons is watching this right now, and I know you've been up since 4. I've been up since 4:25. Scott Simons posted at like 3:13 a.m.
He's a beast.
He's a beast, man. I'm like, I can't. I mean, I don't like feeling less than at 4:25. Sean, I'm not, like, I thought I was doing something good. You come
You
on
are.
here, you got me beat by a half hour. Scott Simon's got me beat by an hour. I'm gonna have to reevaluate my
That's not
priorities.
the way you should look at it, Glenn. You're so organized that you don't need the extra time. See, we do. That's all it is, man. We just need the extra time because we're not as good.
Diplomatic. I love me some Shawn Hays. So, by having this morning routine, by attacking the day, by having this passion, you, in the last 12 months, you were at Rockstar Automotive where you spoke. You were at Hustle and Grind Con where you spoke, which was amazing. You traveled around the world doing all these like training. You were doing like these training sessions, you were doing like free training
Yeah.
sessions. You've been growing Sales Hustlers, which I think has basically doubled since last March. It's right at doubled. You have your show, you had your spotlights where you were interviewing people, your morning show where you're training people. You moved, packed up everything in Florida, moved, left everything, and you wrote a book, right? Now that is
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot for anybody, but like, how has this been for you? I want to talk about this 12-month crazy whirlwind you've been on. Like, what's this whole experience been like for you?
Gratifying, actually. Because you know what, Glenn? To be honest with you, I should have been doing this for 20 years. And that's the way we got to look at it. We really do. We haven't, a lot of times we're not living up to God's potential for us. And that's the problem. Like, I always had that in me. Why didn't I just do it? Why didn't I push myself? Why didn't I read the right stuff to get me motivated? Why didn't I network with the right people to push me? And I just never did. I didn't see the value in it, obviously, like I just said a little bit ago. But it's been gratifying for me because it finally, at some point in my life, Glenn, I feel like I'm hitting my stride, hitting my potential where I should have been for 20 years. Who knows if I would have put this kind of energy in as a younger man, where I'd be right now, But I
Sure.
guess sometimes you have to learn and go on this journey to actually enjoy where you're at. And that's one thing that I found out that I give to everybody is that this journey, your journey, is actually better than when you actually get there. The journey, don't lose the journey. The journey is where everything beautiful happens, right? You fail, you succeed, you learn, you grow, then you do it, like you say, you do it all over again. But that is the fun part. Actually, when you set your goals and you get there, you kind of look back at the journey and say, man, the journey was better than the actual goal at the end, because
Absolutely, man.
I think we take that for granted. I don't want any of you guys to take that for granted. Make sure every day you enjoy the journey of growing and learning and teaching and inspiring others.
Dude, I think you're 100% right. Like, the gratification, is that the right word? Gratification? Yeah, I think it sounds weird at 5:30 in the morning, but I'm hearing that more and more as I'm continuing to study and follow, successful people like yourself and Eric Thomas and all these other things. I'm hearing that more and more, and it's like, yeah, it really is about the process. It's not about
Yeah.
the reward. The reward comes and goes. Like that
Right.
that amazing moment when you win the championship and the paper or whatever falls on your head and everybody
Yeah.
cheers and you hold up the trophy. Like, that moment lasts like 10 minutes,
Yep.
right? But it took years and years and years and years and years and years and years to get to that moment.
Right.
And that's what I'm learning. It seems like the champions really understand and appreciate that process, right?
Glenn,
That journey.
Glenn, I really believe, like so many people say, I want to win a Super Bowl, or I want to get the top of my industry. I want to make $1 million. I want to write a book, whatever. They have all these goals, and that's great to have those. But I want you to understand that when you get that goal, you're going to look back and see all that process and all that time getting it. That was the real goal.
Mm-hmm.
That was the real goal, because you brought in a process to yourself, discipline to yourself, structure, routine that you never had. You learn things along the way that are going to keep you successful for long term, not short term. And that's what a lot of people have, is they want the short term hit. They want to make that $1 million or get that Super Bowl, but they don't want to really put in the work. But the work is where the process is, and the work is really the goal at the end of the day. You'll find that out when you do that the goal is not so important as the actual process along the way. I promise you, man. I've learned that over the past 2 years. It's beautiful. It's actually a beautiful thing.
Right. It is a beautiful thing. And let's talk about that and make sure we point that out to those of you that maybe don't know Shawn Hays as well. I want to point this out, that you never wrote a book before.
No, man. I barely read a book, Glenn. Come on, man.
You never wrote a book before. You'd never been in management position before. You'd never packed up your wife's home that you guys built with your own hands and moved. Like all these things you did in the last 12 months, you had never done any of them before, right?
Right. And that's what's the cool part, is you teach about that all the time, Glenn, about the growing aspect of it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what's the beautiful. It's like, I don't want to get all like, poetry on you, but when the flower blooms, man, that is the beautiful part of the flower, right? Is when it's blooming, right? And that's what we're doing when we're striving and we're breaking down walls and we're doing new things. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that it sounds kind of crazy to go for it sometimes. It's easier to talk about, but when you do, that's when you find yourself. That's when you find the hidden self of yourself. You know what I mean? You're like, it's easy to talk about, but I'm telling you what, you learn so much about yourself, and you grow so much during that flowering process, where it blooms. And this is the great part about it, is I ain't stopping. I ain't done. I am like just getting started. I'm starting to learn stuff and grow. And like the best part about it is, yes, I was talented, but so are you. The difference was, as I applied the discipline and the structure and the routine and the passion to do something. And when you put that all together, it's like the perfect recipe for success, man. It truly, truly is. The last part of that is to find people and hook up with people that are like-minded and are on that route with you, because you can't be hanging out. I'm telling you, I've learned it. You can't hang out with people that are grumbling, unhappy, have no passion, have no aspirations, and expect to be at a high level. You just can't. Right. It's unfortunate, but I thank many people for the opportunity that I've gotten this past year. But it all stemmed from hard work, passion, discipline, and structure. So I'm blessed, actually.
Hands down, man. Hands down. And I agree with you 100%. That circle of people that you're around, spending time around like-minded individuals, high-level thinkers, it's so incredibly important as we go through this process of growth, right? Like, because we need somebody to lean on, because we're going to stumble, we're going to have some falls, we're going to scrape our knee. We need all of that stuff to continue to push forward. As a matter of fact, I know an incredibly large group of like-minded individuals that are all going to be in the same place at the same time here in like a month, dude. We're going to Orlando for the next Hustle and Grind Con. You're going to be there. You're going to be on stage. I remember you on stage last year looking all crispy, walking around, dropping wisdom and knowledge. What's it going to be like this year, man? Tell me about it.
Well, with anything in life, Glenn, we grow and we evolve, right? We learned a lot from last year. We really did. Now, we did a lot of things right, but we did some things wrong. So we tweaked those things. I think this year's lineup is, oh my gosh, dude. This year's lineup is fire. You find one industry, I don't care what industry it is, but you find it at a conference that has the talent level of speakers and the knowledge that these people have. And you try to top that. I don't think you can. So I am so excited, not only for the lineup, but the things that we've implemented this year, from like the hustle houses where it's catered breakfast and dinner, because we knew we failed with that last year, right? Yep. We failed with having too many houses. So we condensed it down so we could have really great houses and organize it better, right? The speakers, we wanted to have more, not only motivation and inspiration, but we wanted to have some teeth in there for some people that wanted to learn how to sell more cars. So we got Frank Cornetti, who sells a little over 100 cars a month, right? To get in there and drop knowledge. Jonathan Dawson, Alan Dickey. I wanted to have some teeth in there too, not just motivation and inspiration, but we're going to have both. So I think not only did we nail it, but we need you to be there. Because I'm going to tell you what, things change from one single outing in your life. Okay? Your whole trajectory of success can change if you let it and if you chase it. Okay? So many people don't think that or don't, but Glenn and I's lives changed from one moment and one idea. Think about this, guys. Think about this. Glenn and I had not met each other, even though we knew each other on Facebook. We sat in a hot tub together. Glenn liked watching me. I liked watching Glenn. We had similar paths. We just had never met. So I'm going to speak at a conference. Glenn decides to fly out and just hang out with us for a couple days. That translated into Glenn then being on stage at that same conference, which was really cool how we did that, right? To then us sitting in a hot tub, creating Hustle and Grind Con, right? With then us meeting Eric Thomas, with then that which has helped change Dave Benson's life, your life, my life. Glenn saw the character and the person I was, so they wanted me to be a part of Dan Cummins. I then moved here. Glenn then graduates into, I want to go chase my dreams, and goes out there and changes people's lives every day, creates planners and speaks at conferences and dealerships. So my point to you is, if you were sitting on the ledge thinking about, hey, I'd like to go, but I don't really think it'll change my life, that is your fault. That is where you're messing up. One day, one opportunity, one person you meet, one meeting, one conversation can change the whole trajectory of your life. Stop sitting on the couch and talking about changing and actually implement it. This is probably the most affordable way to do it, because you can get a ticket for like $249 to this thing, and you get access to some of the most talented people in our industry, or in any industry. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, the lineup is definitely legit. Like, legit. It is an incredible lineup of people that are going to be at this thing. And my favorite parts of the conference last year, I loved sitting in the audience and taking in, wisdom. I loved that. Shaka being on the stage, Hanalei Swan being on the stage, you up there dropping bombs. Like, I just loved sitting there taking in all the wisdom. That was an incredible part. But in between, all the moments in between, like I remember Carlos had his whole team from Puerto Rico over there on the side, and they were all sitting in the same section there, and we go over there and we high five and we cheer, and they had the cameras going, and the time back at the hustle houses where in between we were talking or chatting. I remember being in a swimming pool at 6 o'clock in the morning with like Josh Cummins, Liza Borges, all talking, having mastermind sessions. I remember looking over the banister. I had to go to bed because I got this show first thing in the morning, right? So I had to go to bed, and looking over the banister and seeing just, Brian Benstock, Lisa Copeland, everybody just sitting in a circle, like masterminding. And then, of course, there was that epic moment where there was a ridiculous amount of people in the house. That moment that we learned from, that we won't do again this year.
That's why we're not allowed to have that hustle house this year.
Right? I know, they won't let us back into that one. But that moment, seeing just a sea of people, everybody cheering, everybody joyful, masterminding, networking, truly incredible, man. I'm with you. I hope everybody gets there. Like, no matter what, it's a cheap flight to Orlando, it's a cheap ticket, and it's an opportunity that literally can change the trajectory of your life forever. You and I are living examples of that, right?
Absolutely.
So now tell me, let me ask you,
who knows if Glenn wouldn't have came to Rockstar Auto Conference if you would have left Dan Cummins? I don't know. You don't know, right? No. We don't know, or you probably would have eventually, but who knows when it would have happened. I mean, I look at things now differently, Glenn. I really, really do. In life, I just look at things differently. I didn't used to look at things the way I'm looking at things today.
Yeah.
Every single conversation you will ever have is an opportunity.
I agree with you.
You don't know what's going to come out of it.
Yeah.
Hell, in 6 months, a year from now, down the road, that conversation you have can turn into your next employer, right?
Absolutely.
It can turn into a promotion for you. It can turn into something, whatever you like to do, you know? So don't take your life for granted. I need you to understand this. Use every moment to chase your passions, to find who you are, right? And grow, right? Every day should be a growing and a learning session. Don't just get up and do your day, man. Don't. Do it with passion. Do it with vigor. Do it with like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? And once you find your thing, your why, your gift, go all in, man. Go all in and chase it. And I admire Glenn for leaving Dan Cummins and going after it. You know, it takes balls. It really, really does, you know. And not only that, he knew that that was his gift and his passion. So it's not that he didn't want to do this anymore. He felt like, I got to chase my passion. And I want you guys to understand, live every day like that. Every single day. That's why I wrote that book. I've been talking for years writing a book.
Right.
Years. Why didn't I do it? I don't know, because it's easier to talk about it than put action to it. So I said, look, man, this is one of my goals this year, and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to just sit down and do it. And that's why I took that month off of Facebook. It's so hard to focus on all this other stuff, Glenn. You know that when you're tied into an actual planned, timed meeting every day online. I mean, your life revolves around this show. My life revolved around 8 o'clock on Facebook Live. So it's hard to get things accomplished other than that. I mean, think about that, Glenn, for you. You got to be on every day. So no matter where you're at in the country, whether it's Vegas, California, Vermont, you know, I don't know why you go to Vermont. It's very cold. Florida, you got to get up at 5:30. You got to live your whole life around that. You got to live the night before around that. You got to live, you know, just, it's so hard, right?
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of time for you to focus on some of the other little things that you want to do. So I had to take a step back, breathe, and I think it's actually helped me because I delved into learning at that time and growing. And also time away sometimes is good because people miss you. Mm-hmm. They take you for granted when you're there every day. You know what I mean?
Sure, totally.
They're like, I'll get him tomorrow, man. I'll get him tomorrow.
Right. No.
But it allowed me to write this book, which was definitely a goal in my life. You know, I know you've written a book, one or two, actually. You got them sitting there and you're almost there.
That's right.
Like, right?
That's it. That's absolute fact.
And I want you to push through there and get that out there because the world needs it, bro. The world needs it. And you deserve it. Your family deserves it. And it's amazing that we have grown so much, Glenn. Think about this. Think how much we as two people over the years in our journey have grown. Right? And we ain't done. And that's the freaking cool thing about life, y'all. You ain't done. Live your life like you have no tomorrow. That's what I'm.
Love it. Normally we try to end each show with a 2-minute takeaway, but I think we just did. Man, your book, I looked through the book, flipped. I love all the animations, the graphics, and so on and so forth. I'm really proud of you, man. Really, really proud of that book. And to kind of answer your question as far as if I would have left Dan Cummins, if not for that hot tub moment, the answer is probably I would not have. And the reason I don't think I would have is I wasn't ready to leave until I knew there was somebody there that could rally the troops, that could push the guys, and that would care deeply enough about the people of the place. And I wasn't sure that existed until you got there. So once you got in there and I knew that you cared and cared about the sales guys, right? Cared about the sales guys, because that's always the hard thing to find. So when I knew that you cared about the sales guys and you were going to do whatever it took to make sure those sales guys won, that's when I knew it was okay for me to step out of the way. You know, that's
funny you say that, buddy, because I get that from them all the time. That it feels like you care. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm one of them, Glenn. I might be a sales manager, but I've been in the front lines like them for 10 years, 11 years. Okay. Right. So I know what it's like. And, but I love them. That place is special. It's special. You don't know that until you work there. It has a special gift to it. But it's helped me, and I'm glad that I can help others there.
Yeah, I'm glad that you've been able to pour into them too. And it's been interesting. You and I, we kind of had to I just had to step back and get out of the way so that you could, do this. And you kind of, just the last few months, we haven't talked as much as we used to talk. And you've been growing in the store, and I've been following, and I've been growing, ever since that separation. So it's been great to reconnect here this morning, be able to talk. Now, obviously, we've been talking about hustle and grind con stuff, that kind of stuff. But it's been great to catch up with you some more and have some deep conversations with you. I think everybody's enjoyed it. I mean, there's still nearly 100 of them here, and we're 40 minutes into the show. So I love seeing that. But bro, man, you hear it every day, and I know that you are an amazing child of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe, and you're designed to be the best version of you can possibly be, bro, and you're killing it. You're killing it, Shawn Hays.
Yes. Well, I am. But I have a lot of people to thank. But first of all, I need to thank God because he changed my life. And if you don't have him in your life, I promise you I ran for a long, long time. I wanted to deny it. But literally, once I let him into my life, and I'm not trying to push faith on all y'all, but I want you to know, if you listen to my other parts of my life, okay, I'm telling you the actual foundation of why I changed. I invited him into my life, and it changed everything. It changed my trajectory and the way I think and the way I do things. So it changed my life. But thanks to all the people that got up this morning and supported. You have a great following, Glenn, but I thank all the people for letting me into their world, the people that don't know me today. And if there's anything I can do to help you and grow, I promise you, I want nothing from you. Reach out to me. I'll try to help as best I can, okay? But you guys got a great group here. I'm glad I'm a part of it. And I love this show, Glenn. Your show is amazing. You bring great guests on every Friday, too, and I love that because I like seeing the diversity of the people you bring on.
Yeah, very cool, man. Thank you so very much, Shawn Hays. Have an incredible day today. Those of you I shouldn't say, I got to get, Hank Norman's been getting on me about this. I got to quit saying you all and you guys and those of you, and I need to just talk to you because you're the only person watching this show on your phone this morning. You're the only one in your room. You're the only one getting ready. You're the only one getting your coffee together. It's just you. And so to you, I want to say, have an incredible day today. Have a phenomenal, over-the-top, amazing, fantastic day today. Have a phenomenal weekend. And Shawn Hays, I absolutely love you, brother. I absolutely stinking love you. Go get that book. If you haven't got the book, go get that book, dude.
It's free.
It's legit, too. It's the real deal. I really, really like it. So you guys, see, I keep saying it. I got to catch myself on that. It's so hard. Go out.
Maybe you can start a trend, Glenn, and change everybody's thinking to having to say you to everybody will say y'all, right?
Just change them all to y'all.
Everybody.
All right, I'm gonna get these people out of here. I'm gonna send them out with a little Tony Tino with the keys, so they can hear that right there.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, 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 grind. Hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, stop, get it, get it. Hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, stop, get it, get it. Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world. It's so alarming. I hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early motivation, feeling so divine, waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind, 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 hashtag morning, don't stop, good morning, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, good morning, don't stop, good morning, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, hashtag rise and grind, let's go, let's get it, let's go, hashtag rise and grind, let's go, hashtag rise and grind.